Rachel Zegler's casting as Snow White should have been a dream role, but her interviews stirred backlash. She criticized the original film, calling the prince a stalker and dismissing the romance. Her modern take emphasized independence and removed iconic elements like the prince and dwarves. Instead of celebrating Disney's legacy, she seemed to mock it. Fans felt alienated, viewing the remake as an attack on the classic rather than a tribute. Her tone was seen as smug, not empowering, sparking debates over whether beloved stories should be radically changed or respected for what made them timeless in the first place.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film.
I mean, this girl is a whole, like, she can dance, she can sing for real, she can act, she can do it all. And to be able to work with a team that really knows what they're doing and has the passion is an incredible thing to have.
We always joked that it was a Sandy Powell film directed by Mark Webb because it's, I mean, particularly when it comes to gals' costumes. I was in that workshop just watching them be built all the time, and it's just the most incredible, the elements, the inspiration that we took from so many different animals and iconic characters, iconic faces. It's so beautiful, and it came through with the hair and makeup design as well.
Totally, and the fact that there's a story in the clothes, you can see the character evolves with all the costumes. I have over, I think, 7 or 8 different costumes, and each and every one of them is truly a piece of art. She is Sandy Powell, and she knows what she's doing, and it's been amazing to work with her as well.
The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for in the world. And so when we came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can become a fantastic leader. And the reality is, Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom.
Zegler's comments painted her as arrogant, especially when she claimed people would always show up to see her work. This quote spread fast and fueled online mockery. When she posted pictures in empty theaters, it unintentionally symbolized how little interest her movie had generated. Many saw her as out of touch with audience sentiment. Instead of humility, her attitude came across as dismissive and self-important. Fans who already disliked the film's changes now had another reason to disengage. Her public image suffered as she became a symbol of Hollywood's tone-deaf approach to adapting classic films for modern audiences. While Snow White floundered, Minecraft. The movie became a massive success. Originally dismissed as a joke, it captured hearts with humor, simplicity, and charm. Audiences praised its fun tone and creative spirit, traits lacking in Snow White. In one weekend, Minecraft made more money than Snow White did globally in weeks. The contrast was stark. One embraced joy, the other pushed messaging. Critics and fans agreed. Minecraft delivered entertainment, while Snow White felt like a lecture. This surprising victory highlighted what audiences currently value: lighthearted, authentic stories that connect emotionally without forcing modern agendas or messages.
I just had a great experience doing that. It was just super funny. And there's, had some, inspiration from some Saturday Night Live cartoons that was really at the root of it. And I think it was a beautiful thing to do, and we kept it PG-13.
It was hilarious on the page, and I was like, how are we gonna actually do it in real life? Are we gonna be able to pull that off? And by God, you and your incredible team made it a reality. I'm stoked the way it turned out. It's one of those parts when I'm watching the movie, I'm like, dang, that's worth the price of admission right there.
When you ride up and your face is like,
You know that's all
when you
Jared.
pop right up into frame, and then you're just got my hair in your hands.
Yeah, but Jared's a director. He also directed Nacho Libre and Nappy D, Napoleon Dynamite. He was just like, I want you to give me that sweet mustard smile when you come up and you're like, I just did what he told me to do on that one. It was a really funny looking smile, dude.
Good smile.
Okay, it's your turn.
If the villagers could only make sounds based on you, what would that sound be?
I mean, the villagers only make like one noise, right? They're
Yeah.
Like, it would be, I think it would be like happy and excited. It'd be like a.
Well done. All right, you want another one?
Yeah.
What would be the best and worst part about living in the world of Minecraft?
Best thing about living in the world of Minecraft is creative mode, where you can build anything with any materials, anything your imagination can do. It would be cool if you could do that in real life. I mean, I guess you could. You could build anything. You could build the pyramids. Humans have done it, but it's so much easier in Minecraft game. You can build a gorgeous house in a matter of hours instead of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's really about. It's about like letting your architectural mind go insane. Next question, my turn. Which cast member on set cracked you up the most?
So you crack yourself up the most, bro.
I do.
it's you, brother.
It would have been real painful if you said anyone else but me.
I wanted you to do this so bad. So it was a really big honor to be with him and crack up. And every day, my whole crew is the same thing. We giggled. You have the ability to take someone's soul and make them laugh, which is ultimate medicine. And you go home feeling great. I don't know how you do it, because even after work, I'd see you and we'd still be laughing.
Reports surfaced of Jack Black confronting Zegler over her handling of Backlash. Allegedly, he questioned her decision to dismiss criticism as trolling, urging her to listen to genuine fan concerns. The interaction, whether heated or emotional, symbolized growing tension in Hollywood between ego and audience connection. Black, beloved for his authenticity, was seen as a voice of reason. His rumored words resonated with fans who felt ignored by the studio. Whether it truly happened or not, the story represented a cultural shift, where even insiders began challenging the studio's direction and its alienation from its core audience. As Snow White continued to underperform, panic reportedly set in at Disney. PR teams went into overdrive, social media posts were paused, and reshoots were ordered last minute. Test screenings painted a bleak picture. Audiences found the film preachy, inconsistent, and emotionally flat. Entire scenes were allegedly cut just weeks before release. The film, once expected to be a billion-dollar hit, was now viewed as a potential disaster. Disney executives were said to be scrambling, questioning how such a cornerstone project derailed so badly. Internally, it seemed like a desperate attempt to salvage a sinking ship with limited time. Test audiences described Snow White as lacking heart, feeling like two mismatched movies mashed together. Viewers found it preachy and emotionally disconnected, a far cry from the magic of the original. Instead of enchantment, the film delivered messaging-heavy content that felt forced and joyless. Many couldn't relate to the new tone or direction. These responses reportedly alarmed Disney, with executives receiving dismal feedback weeks before release. The test screenings confirmed fears. This wasn't just a marketing misstep, but a creative failure. What was meant to revitalize Disney's legacy now threatened to damage it, both critically and commercially. The failure of Snow White exposed a deeper issue. Audiences felt Disney was prioritizing agendas over authentic storytelling. Longtime fans began questioning the studio's direction. Instead of emotional resonance, the remake delivered corporate messaging, leaving many disenchanted. Even loyal Disney supporters expressed frustration. The comparison to Minecraft, a film full of fun and joy, made Disney's struggles even more glaring. The sentiment online wasn't just disappointment, it was betrayal. Snow White became a symbol of Disney losing touch with its roots, raising fears that the studio no longer understood what made its classic stories so magical in the first place. As backlash grew, Zegler tried to maintain a positive online presence, sharing filtered selfies, inspirational quotes, and supportive fan messages. But to many, it came off as strained and disconnected from reality. Her attempts to appear unaffected seemed performative, especially as negative press and poor box office results mounted. This only amplified public criticism. Some sympathized with her, citing the pressures women face in Hollywood, but others mocked her perceived arrogance. The shift from rising star to internet meme happened fast, fueled by every awkward post or dismissive quote. Her image was no longer empowering. It became divisive. The rumored Jack Black and Rachel Zegler exchange wasn't just about two actors. It symbolized a clash of ideologies in Hollywood. Zegler's version of Snow White focused on modern messaging, while Minecraft, backed by Jack Black, embraced fun without apology. Fans saw this as a broader conflict, storytelling rooted in joy versus storytelling driven by statements. Black's rumored criticism of Zegler became a metaphor for audience frustration with Hollywood's agenda-heavy remakes. The moment captured a growing resistance to inauthentic content. To many, it was the industry's reckoning, a call to return to entertainment that entertains first. Snow White's implosion may mark a defining moment for Disney. Once the king of magical storytelling, the studio now faces a crisis of trust. Fans are no longer giving Disney the benefit of the doubt, dissecting trailers and questioning motives before release. The film's failure highlighted cracks in the live-action remake model, a formula that had seemed profitable, but now feels creatively bankrupt. Unless Disney returns to heartfelt storytelling, it risks alienating its core audience. This isn't just a box office flop, it's a wake-up call. Disney must rediscover the magic that made it great, or risk losing its legacy.